Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vicious swirls of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Are you like a crazy person?
Welcome to the Regular Guy Vikings Hour, and thanks once again for visiting the channel. Look, the Vikings pulled it off. They are now 1-0. They came back to defeat the Chicago Bears 27-24 in Soldier Field. It was an amazing fourth quarter performance by J.J. McCarthy. Prior to that, the team looked completely lost and terrible in almost every facet of the game. I'm kind of in shell shock. I can't believe they pulled it off. When the game was 17-6 Bears at the end of the third, I knew that there was enough time. It's just 11 points. It's 2 scores more or less with the 2-pointer, and I thought, okay. You can still have hope, but just based on the way the team had played, and this was kind of right after that Thielen drop on third down. I mean, everything just looked like everything was bad. It just looked like it wasn't going to happen. I was feeling very heartbroken, I was kind of slumped in my chair, just kind of sitting there like, hey, I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to be angry while I do it. But they pulled off the comeback. I can't believe it. So I just wanted to come in here and do an instant reaction. So I'm sure as you all could see early in the game, just nothing was working. I mean, as prepared and as mentally strong as J.J. McCarthy is, I mean, it's his first start in the NFL. It's on Monday night. It's on the road in Soldier Field. He grew up a Bears fan. I mean, it's like no human on earth can overcome those types of nerves. I'm sure he was jittery to start the game. It definitely showed the game plan was very conservative, and it felt like we couldn't even buy 4 or 5 yards a pop, and the running game really wasn't doing much, and it didn't look and feel good at all, and the team just overall looked unprepared. We let the Bears go right down the field on their first drive and score a touchdown. Caleb, he was just zigging and zagging all over the pocket and just avoiding sacks everywhere, and he did it for most of the game until I think Javon Hargrave finally got him in the fourth quarter. And then we eventually got another sack where I think Van Ginkel ran him out of bounds. But he was so elusive, and he just was running all over the place. And then, they convert a couple of third downs, and the second third down conversion being the touchdown run to the corner. So I don't believe he threw for a touchdown. I believe Chicago's 3 touchdowns were, his 2 runs, and then, of course, the Nahshon Wright pick 6, which I got to tell you, I didn't see that coming at all. That was insane for Nahshon Wright to get a pick 6 while covering Jefferson. So maybe it was a necessary evil for McCarthy to get that devil out of his body and to just throw that pick 6 ball, and I'm glad he did it early and got it out of his system, because after that he played great. And they eventually put the clamps on Williams. He looked really good early. He was avoiding a lot of sacks, and eventually the defense really clamped down. And they had really held the Bears down up until after that pick 6, when the whole stadium got energized again. And I don't know if it was the next drive or maybe 2 drives later, but then the Bears had that really good drive where was it DeAndre Swift, I believe? He was, breaking tackles and picking up first downs, and it looked like, boy, here we go. That Thielen drop had happened, and just all the momentum was on their side. And I think, Cashman goes out with an injury, with the hamstring after another long run by Williams. and it just didn't look good, you know. And I thought, here we go. This is bender break time. Is the defense just going to let Chicago march right down the field, score a touchdown, and put this game away? Or are they going to hold up? And sure enough, they held up. And I think we definitely got the benefit of a couple of questionable, penalty calls. Chicago got called. I'm not saying that Chicago didn't necessarily deserve it, because they played pretty sloppy, even though they played really well early on and had our number. They still were pretty sloppy. They had a lot of offensive false start type penalties and things like that. And so I'm not saying that, maybe the refs weren't honed in on them. And so, they took a couple of, kind of 50-50 calls that went our way. It kind of helped us stay in the game. And then they ended up settling for a field goal, trying to go up, I think 20-6 at that point. And then, the guy missed it. And, it was little things, like think about back on that Reichard, the McCarthy to Naylor catch on the sideline right before the half, and then Reichard hits the 59-yarder to make it 10-6 instead of 10-3 going into halftime. Just the little things, right? And so at that time, it felt like, who cares? Like, we're not going to win this game anyway, so it's all for naught. But it ended up being crucial, because we ended up winning by 3 points. But man, just the defense gave up that opening drive, and then after that, I thought they played really, really well. They I don't know if they were in like a prevent style defense or not on that last drive. Flores, he blitzes a lot, so he's not really a prevent type guy. I think Williams just kind of made some plays there, and he got yet a second rushing touchdown. But it was a little bit too late. There just wasn't enough time, and we were able to close it out. But yeah. What else? Oh, Eric Wilson. He came in. He made a great special teams play on a kick return, blocked a punt. He had, I think, like a stuff or a tackle for loss on a run at some point on defense. He filled in for Cashman. He played great. So Eric Wilson, he was like a catalyst for the energy, aside from other guys like McCarthy. He finally broke the seal right there at the beginning of the fourth quarter when he got that touchdown to Jefferson. And I thought, okay, here we go. If it's ever going to happen, it's going to be now, right? Because he broke that seal, and now it's time for just all that emotion to just that he had bottled up inside, just comes pouring out. And then, one other thing I want to talk about was Miles Price. When I talked about Miles, I haven't actually posted it yet, I don't think, on my roster show, which I'll end up posting that probably tonight or tomorrow. I was like, hey, it's going to be boom or bust with this guy, right? It's going to be an adventure. You don't know. He could make a big mistake. It's Soldier Field. We know how that kind of stuff goes. He was great all night long. I mean, I haven't seen punt returning like that since probably Marcus Sherrills. I mean, he was outstanding. I hope that we have a guy for the long haul, because he was great. And some of his, again, just those little spunky plays, right? It's like just when you think all is lost and we can never come back from this, and then just guys like Eric Wilson and Reichard making that field goal, and Miles Price, with these nice returns, just little spunky plays, just keeping us in the game, keeping the energy up. And then sure enough, our young franchise quarterback JJ McCarthy, who couldn't have looked worse. I don't even think we had 100 yards at the end of 3. And he just couldn't have looked worse, I don't think. I mean, some wasn't his fault. There were some drops. Jefferson had some uncharacteristic drops. He seems to do that like a game or two every single season. I guess it's just part of being a superstar. I don't know. But, I mean, McCarthy, man, he just turned it on in the fourth. He got hot, broke the seal with the touchdown pass to Jefferson, gets the ball again, throws another touchdown. I'm forgetting to who all of a sudden. It wasn't Hawk. Oh, it was Aaron Jones. Oh my God, yes, it was a great throw to Aaron Jones. They ran a lot of routes with Aaron Jones deep down the sideline. They got that huge pass interference call early in the game, which I think maybe led to a field goal. Anyway, again, it's an instant reaction, so I just got finished watching the game, but I can't remember quite all the details. But just McCarthy, and then that beautiful play call on the quarterback run to the right for the third touchdown. I mean, what a play call. That's the kind of stuff that having a guy like Kevin O'Connell really pays off. And, man, at that point, I mean, we had scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. We were up by 10. Of course, the Bears cut it to 3. But what a game, what a performance. And just everything that we wanted to see from McCarthy manifested itself in that fourth quarter. Things felt really dark prior to that, and then McCarthy just proved us all right. And it was just so nice to see that, and it's nice to be 1-0 and to get a win on the road in the division against Chicago and kind of shut up all the Bears fans for at least a week. I just couldn't be happier, man. 1-0. Way to go, Vikings. Anyway, play vicious, be victorious. Peace. Thanks for watching the Regular Guy Vikings Hour. If you enjoyed this video, please interact with my content, such as liking, subscribing, or even commenting. And when you're done with that, come say hello to me over on my social media platforms. Thanks.